a little bit ugly, but let's get to James Ham's 6 quick thoughts.
How'd yesterday's Kings game go?
Not great.
Kings insider James Ham has 6 notes you need to know.
Yeah, he does.
Here are James Ham's 6 quick thoughts.
6 of them things. James, get us started. Number 1.
De'Aaron Fox looked extra motivated to erase a bad taste left by the loss of Milwaukee. Was probably going to feel the same way. 33 points, 12 to 24 shooting, 6 makes from long range, but lots of turnovers in the final frame, lots of bad shots in the final frame, and his foul with 1.6 seconds remaining, brutal. Man.
Like, you can't, I get, he's in an impossible spot there, right?
Impossible.
Like, Kevin Durant, if of all the players all time, if you need a bucket, Kevin Durant is one of the 5 guys you're going to.
Yes.
He's 7 foot. He's going to get to his spot. He's going to rise up. There are very few people in the NBA who are impacting his shot, much less 6'3" De'Aaron Fox. Like, that's an but you can't foul. You can't let him go to the line and shoot 2 free throws.
No, I totally agree. And I mean, it's basically 2 games in a row where the final play came down to a defensive error by De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
And the Milwaukee game, I'm going to carve out a little bit. He took a bad angle on Damian and then didn't spin around fast enough. But there were other plays on that. There are other things that happened, like Demonis, again, didn't shift up to seal off, to go defend Damian Lillard as soon as he came across the line.
Right.
And there's something else that was hidden in that. Giannis Antetokounmpo tried to call for the ball on the inbounds, and Malik Monk completely jumped it and took away Giannis. And I don't think Giannis could have brought the ball up the court and done what Damian Lillard could have done.
He might have dunked it. Takes him about 3 steps to get there.
It does, but it would have been.
I know 100% what you're saying.
It would have been a lot more difficult. So
yeah, no doubt.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but the good news, I'm going to try and find a little silver lining here because, like I said, you can't foul in that spot. De'Aaron Fox, like you said, is looking a little more like De'Aaron Fox after a rough couple of games offensively.
Yeah. He looks like he's fully back, and I think people should be excited about that. It's just, I think there's still some mental errors, and fourth quarter Fox, he wasn't there. It wasn't the same as what we've seen in the past.
Yep, for sure. All right, number 2.
Sabonis was a problem. He posted his 23rd straight double-double, his 11th triple-double of the season, 21 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists. I thought they should have run a ball through him more late in the game as things were falling apart. But again, I think he needed to figure out what was happening as well. So maybe that's a little bit of a strong take by me, but at the same time,
Domantas Sabonis is a great player. He's an all-NBA player.
Mm-hmm.
In a spot like that, he needs to demand the basketball. If we ran through the all-NBA team right now, and then maybe give it a 4th team, let's go through the top 20 guys in the league. I think 19 of them are calling for the ball in that spot and going and getting the ball and making something happen for their team.
Okay, so 2 things about it. Number 1, he should have recognized he's going up against a smaller player and got down low.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, I think everyone in the league knows he's a horrible foul shooter. He needs to clean that up before he becomes that guy in that situation.
Yep.
Because I don't think I want it, because he did miss 1 of 2 in the final 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So in a 1-point game.
Yep. Need to hit free throws, man. You
Yep.
say it every 73% as a team is not going to cut it.
Nope.
All right, number 3.
Keegan Murray continues to show new wrinkles to the game. He tried to put KD on a poster, finished with 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, a block, and a steal. But Kyle, the Kings forgot about him, and that's on him, and it's on the Kings. His teammates need to not forget about him. That's not okay, because he's spectacular in a lot of these situations. He had a big 3 in that game down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
They needed at least 3 or 4 more opportunities for Keegan.
Yeah, and when you talk about, how many times at this trade deadline have we, or as we approach a trade deadline and we talk about it, how many times have we talked about the need for another creator offensively? Man, if they can get somebody who go, that's what, last night is where. And I think Keegan Murray is a guy that you would love to see. Hey, they are playing small. He's going to be guarded by somebody he can rise and fire over.
Mm-hmm.
Get into the mid range. He's so good there.
Yeah.
And get to the bucket. There are ways that Keegan Murray is creating his own shot and has created his own shot that I would like to see them go to him in that spot if it's not going to be Domantas Sabonis.
Yep.
Number 4.
The Mediterranean diet.
You want to make this happen so
This
bad.
is my new Sasha Vezenkov. I'm calling him, like, when you have a game like this, he got cooking in this one.
Yeah.
He moves so well without the ball, man. It's funny. I put up the Mr. Deeds, the John Turturro clip of "I'm very, very sneaky."
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. He just like shows up under the basket, like ready to catch it and put it in the basket. He's still off a little bit on the three, but man, he was fun to watch. 14 points, 6 and 9 off the bench. He was impactful, especially in the first half where he had 12 points.
Every once in a while, there'll be. I think I've compared him to Hunter Pence before.
Oh yeah,
Hunter Pence, really good player with the Phillies and the Astros and the Giants, and everything he did was unorthodox.
yes.
His swing looked funny. His throwing motion looked funny. The
His
way
batting
he ran
stance
looked funny. His batting stance was weird. But, dude, it was so effective.
Yeah.
And you watch him and you're going, there's no way this guy can hit. Bang, 420-foot homer. And you're like, what the? There's no way this guy can hose the guy at third base. You're like, what is? That's Sasha to me. Every time he hits the court, it's like, oh, boy. And he just produces. He's just good.
Hunter Pence looked like...
Stop judging books by their cover, you know?
He always, to me, he looked like he just jumped off a horse and started running like bow-legged. Like everything about him was just so awkward and like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not quite sure. But he's good.
He's a heck of a player.
Yeah.
All right. Number 5.
Malik Monk set the table for his teammates early, running the offense perfection. Again, early in the game, there's some spelling. 13 points, 8 assists. But he also finished with 5 turnovers and kind of melted down late in the game. Forced a lot of things and not a great finish for him at all.
Yeah. 3 turnovers in the fourth quarter. 1 of 6 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. That's kind of the give and take with Malik Monk, right? You're going to have games like that. He's not, whatever Malik Monk is as a player, it's not a consistent, hey, you're going to get 18 and 6 a night, pencil it in. Sometimes you're going to get nights like last night where he really struggles in the fourth quarter and he turns it over a few times, but then there's going to be other nights where he scores 30 and has 9 assists. And that's just kind of what you live with because the highs are high enough that it's worth a fourth quarter like last night.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of where it's at.
So. Yeah. It's definitely, he's a mistake player and you got to live with the good. You got to live with the bad.
Yeah.
And again, a lot of people want him to play 40 minutes a night. And some nights, like in my opinion, last night, Mike Brown should have gone back to Kevin Herter. Kevin Herter played really well. And late in the game, I thought Malik had made a couple of mistakes. And you probably needed to go back to the guy who had played really well defensively, who had just hit a 3, who has started to come around a little bit and has been giving you a different energy, a much bigger player. And I'm not saying all the time. I'm saying in that game, sometimes you don't got it. Malik, ran into the middle of the key looking for a foul way too often late in the game. And sometimes that happens.
Yeah, Kevin Herter just 3 minutes in the fourth quarter last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. We can put a pin in that and talk about it a little more. Number 6, finish this up.
Hey, well, here's the pin right here. The Kings have been waiting for Kevin Herter to awake from his slumber, and appears the patience is finally paying off. He was active, man. He scored 10 points, grabbed 3 rebounds, and picked up 2 steals. His steal early in the game was crazy, where he just jumped up and like, grah, and just like grabbed the ball.
Interception.
Yeah, but from like 8 feet away. Yeah, it was like really. I thought he's finding his game again, and that's a good thing for the Sacramento Kings. Whether it's for him to be here in Sacramento or if he's somewhere else after the deadline, whatever it is, this is a good thing for the Kings.
It is just really apparent, even when he's hitting a couple of shots, how much different their offense is.
Oh yeah,
he wasn't spectacular last night. He went 4 of 9 from the field and 2 of 6 from 3, but it's like once he knocks a couple down, it just really feels like the entire offense starts rolling.
Yeah, when you see him come off the high DHO, the entire defense moves towards him, and it just changes everything for the team.
Yep.
Yeah, really crazy.
All right. Anyways, that's